Yes, people. We're back. 12th man's back. This is London is back. Some of us are smiling. Some of us are not smiling. Some of us are proper pissed. Let me tell you that. Big up to Lawless. Big up to Deji. Big up to Don. We've got Hook's going to be joining us. There's no D tonight because he's obviously doing his stuff from Palace game, which is literally just finished. And I completely forgot that they're doing a late game now on Sunday as well. So that might mess things up at times if we're playing. But you know what? We're here. And I don't really want to be here, but we are. And yeah, it's a weekend of madness when it comes to the London clubs again. Shocks, twists in the tails. In most games, actually, there's something to talk about, I would suggest. So we're going to get into it. Big up to everyone that's here. Got over 200 of you already waiting. Yeah, I know why you're waiting. But big up to you all. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Make sure you're following every single one of these guys, man. Make sure you're following Don CFC, Lawless Live, West Ham Fan TV, and Deji Spurs. And make sure you're following OK Jerseys. Links in the description. Get your £15 kit. First kit, away kit, home, away, third kit, international kits, retro kits for all clubs, not just Arsenal. So go show them some love. Do you know what? I was going to start with Arsenal because obviously Arsenal-Liverpool is the big game of the weekend, but we have got Hooks that's going to come on in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to hold fire until then and come to Deji first because, my goodness, Deji. What happened to Tottenham Hotspur, mate? I don't know how you lost 1-0. It should have been 2-3, maybe even 4. Bournemouth were really good. I thought of 68 minutes, and then I finally see you have a shot from, I think it was Paulinho, and it just went, it was Bergvall. Just went into the keeper's hands. I don't know what happened there, bro. Did you get Iriola or Bournemouth, or what do you want to call it, bro?
I mean, I was talking about Iriola the whole of last season, saying that I really wanted that manager at my club. We went for Thomas Frank, who I have to say has done a good job so far. But I have to say, man, you just got to call it for what it is, man. Thomas Frank got it completely wrong. I said that maybe we need to show Bournemouth respect because they're a good team. I respected their forward players, even Nielsen, Semenyo, Brooks, and maybe to try and hit them on the transition. But to be honest with you, we just didn't have the quality in the midfield. Paulinho couldn't track the ball. Benton, Kilpapsar, we just didn't have the quality in our midfield. They double-teamed Kudus, so Kudus couldn't get the ball. Richarlison was being double-teamed as well up top. And it was a bit of a disaster class. And what they did is they pressed Spurs so well, they out-pressed the presser. Do you know what I mean? It's like being done by the sensei. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the Karate Kid being done by the sensei. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, literally out-pressed us. And we had no answers for it. We just was not ready in the location. But I think Thomas Frank has to hold that because he left it to about the 75th minute before he said, let's go for it. I think in hindsight, we should have gone for it. But I think he was, dare I say, he was a bit too risk adverse for the game. And we were lucky, man. I mean, Bournemouth spared Spurs blushes yesterday. Had we lost 6-0, I would be on here fully embarrassed, but it would have been fully deserved by Bournemouth. The one thing I would say, though, it dawned on me yesterday and today. This season's going to be one hell of a season. Bournemouth, Brighton, and Crystal Palace, for me, are dark horses this season in terms of when you go up against them three teams, there's no guarantee that any of us on this panel can beat those teams. Not Chelsea, not Arsenal. I mean, Don, you already know you had your first dose of that trio. You got a point. I got slapped up by Bournemouth. And I can see Arsenal dropping points against Palace and them, man. Did you see what Palace did to Villa this evening? It was absolutely shocking. And I'm looking forward to seeing Billy on the Race for Europe show. And if I was Billy, I would just leave straight away. So look, Spurs were popped. I can't lie, we were pathetic. But the good news is this. It looks like Tottenham have agreed terms with Ademola Lookman. We've also got Xavi Simon over the line. And you will be seeing a new look Tottenham team after the international break. A lot of people telling me to hold that in the chat. You hold it. Yeah, you hold your own thing. And let me tell you why you need to hold your own thing. We always knew that Spurs would struggle without a 10 and we would struggle without a left wing player. We didn't have a 10. We didn't have anyone in the left wing. And therefore, our system got unstuck. However, now that we've got Xavi Simon, let's talk about that. Hold that. And let's talk about Ademola and Lookman. I think moving forward, Spurs will be all right this season for sure.
Don, do you think Tottenham will be all right? Because look, I didn't even know about Lookman, by the way. That's a banging sign if they get him.
I swear he's going to buy it.
Yeah, I thought he was going elsewhere, but we'll see. Xavi Simons as well, which apparently you got little broad for, Don. Do you know what I'm saying? He's rejected you. Like,
he didn't reject us. He didn't reject us. We just put a bid down.
No, you can't say that, Don. You can't say that, Don.
Oh, we've got FFP problems. We've got FFP problems. No, we didn't get rejected.
Lawless.
But let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Hold on. Wait.
I've been nice to you so far this season, bro. I'm not gonna take that crap.
Hold on. Wait, Potts. You don't know about the fine that we got from UEFA?
No. Listen, you probably have got FFP. I just think it's funny that Chelsea are crying about FFP after spending over £1 billion.
I'm not crying about it. Like we missed out on Xavi. It's not the end of the world. Like we're looking at Lopez right now. You know what I'm saying? We've still got good players in the team like João Pedro and these guys, right? But the point is, we've got to sell to buy. We sold in Cuckoo. We brought in.
Why don't you sell Jackson? Why don't you sell Jackson?
Bro, no one's trying to pay that bread. No one's trying to pay that bread. Bayern Munich right now, we're telling them, yo, you got to buy this guy, right? We're not loaning him no more. So you send him back or you buy him. So we're trying to sell him right now, right? So they swooped him when they did, but Xavi Simons was waiting.
Did he not choose Spurs over Chelsea? Did he not choose Spurs over Chelsea?
He was waiting for us for weeks. I don't know where you've been. He's been waiting for us for weeks. Fabrizio said he did a ring celebration because he's waiting for Chelsea to ring. That's what he said. You get me? I'm looking at Fabrizio funny this summer as well because this guy's just all over the place, right? He'll tell you when he's going to the toilet. Yeah, he'll tell you when he's got a dentist, bro. He'll tell you when he's got to go pick up the kids. Yeah.
So Don,
he'll tell you bro. I'm telling you, bro. He'll tell you all these updates about his life that man don't care about. Yeah. Why are you plastering it in my face every 2 seconds about Xavi Simons? He wants to come to Chelsea, right? But then you don't put a bid in. What's the point? The point? They shouldn't.
Let me tell you why I believe you got rejected. There's a brother in the chat says his name is Ave Torhan. He said there was no bid, you dummy Deji. And I have to say, mate, you're the dummy, you're the clown. And let me explain why you're the dummy, you're the clown. I would have believed that had you not signed Garnacho the day before. So for me, this is not even an issue. Are you telling me that the FFP issue was simply down to £11 million? Because that's what we're talking about here. If Chelsea was a serious team, you don't buy Garnacho and you say, you know what, lads, fans, FFP has screwed us in the arse. We can't get the player over the line. Sorry about that. We're going to let Spurs sweep in. But oh no, you saw that Garnacho was available and you said, you know, we're going to go for Garnacho instead of Xavi Simons. And for me, that move there made me realize that Chelsea is not a serious club. No serious team that wants to battle for Champions League football is bidding or paying money for Garnacho. Bro, we wouldn't pay 12 mil for Garnacho. So I don't know why you spent 40 mil. And Man United fans were laughing all the way to the bank saying, look at these dummies. Giving us a favour.
He was their best winger. They can laugh, but he was their best winger last year.
Bro.
They can laugh.
Man United fans were laughing, bro. Are you happy with that sign? Are you happy with that signing?
Not all of them, bro. Listen, everyone knows I call my man Shirley Carter, bro. Yeah, I never wanted Shirley, right? I wanted guys like Fofana at Lyon. Yeah, even in Dai, I'll take in Dai, right? Obviously, Rodrigo. They're the names I was talking about, right? But I've always said Garnacho is a guy you can use in the squad, like off the bench. In the cup games, he tends to be quite good as well. United over the years, bro, he's been a bright spark for them at certain times. It's just the petulance I don't like with him, Dej. Like, man started wearing CR7 boxes, bro. Yeah, man was like, I remember when he scored against Copenhagen. Yeah, he did a mad celebration at them. Galatasaray done the same thing, and I'm like, just focus on your game, bro. You're young. You know what I'm trying to say? You haven't fully made it yet, right? But in terms of him getting in behind and that, he knows how to get into goal scoring positions. But his finishing is meaty, bro. It's like Madueke, yeah? He will score goals, but he will miss a lot as well. Where it's like, how have you missed that? Remember against you, man, in February? That miss when he cut in the box edge and he
Yeah,
kicked it.
bro, it was madness.
Johnny Wilkinson, bro. That was Johnny Wilkinson settings, fam, and he's right in front of the goal. You know what I mean? So I never wanted him, but I'm not gonna act like he's useless because he's actually a useful.
And bro, can I ask a question? Because this a brother in the chats, Keith, you see me, I'm just referring to the chat because I'm letting these people see how stupid they sound. Because a lot of people like call me delusional. So let me read this out. This is from a Kia Choki. This is getting stupid now, Dej. Check whichever journal you like. Chelsea didn't bid for Xavi because we felt we needed a left winger. The news is there. So I ask you, Don, did you need a left winger? And if so, did you need a left winger like Ganacho?
Hold on. People aren't realizing that we lost Sancho, we lost Mudryk. Our left side is needing a rebuild, right? Obviously, I would have rather gone for Xavi first, but bro, we might not have had the bread. We might not have had enough. Like you're not deep in the ditch. We were basically in the red zone with UEFA because they weren't accounting for the hotel sales, the sales for the women's team. They said, "What, you can do that in England? Cool, but not here." You know what I'm saying? So we had to actually make sales, bro. That's what it is for us. Kudus did the same. We did the same thing. We were interested, but we couldn't put the money down because we had to sell players.
Let's talk about Kudus, right? Let's talk about Kudus.
Hey.
Let's talk about Kudus. The performance I warned you about finally came. It finally happened. You was getting hyped. You was getting excited. Yeah, we've been there, done that. I told you this would happen. He is not going to be consistent. He's going to go missing in games. Yeah.
Apparently, he stunk the gaff out. Apparently, he was awful. Apparently.
Yeah. And Spurs fans even tweeting, this is what West Ham fans warned us about.
So
you saw it.
Lawless has a personal agenda against Kudus, and I have to say that Lawless, in his newfound fame, is one of the most shameless brothers I've ever seen in my life. Look, the whole team was whack, bro. What happened was we couldn't get the ball to Kudus, and Kudus was being double teamed by the Bournemouth back line. There is nothing wrong with Kudus. He's a baller. The whole team was poor apart from Vicario. And I've been cussing Vicario for weeks, but that brother saved our blushes yesterday. We should have lost 6-0. So, bro, if you're gonna blame Kudus, you might as well blame Brennan Johnson. You might as well blame Richarlison, Papsar, Bentancur, Polina.
Well, this is the problem with Kudus.
The whole team was bad, bro. So
this is the problem with Kudus.
Against my guy.
Kudus only shines when everyone else shines. I see it time and time again. When the whole team was shit, he never stepped up and carried the team like Bowen did. Bowen, when the rest of the team shit, stood up and was counted time and time again. Kudus couldn't do that. He's too reliant on everyone else being good. And that is not the sort of thing you want from a player you're spending 55 mil on, right? This guy that's supposed to be the talisman, supposed to be the great. Alexis Sanchez was the same type of player. Could the whole team could be shit? Guess what? He carries them through and gets 3 points.
I understand where you're coming from, Lawless. So I feel like I need to remind you of a couple of things. Remember, you're West Ham and I'm Spurs. Yeah. Okay. So from that statement,
what does that mean? What does that mean? Though? What does that mean?
So let me explain. Yeah. At a club like West Ham, you're gonna need a player like Kudus to step up and drag them over the line, because when you're looking around the squad, apart from Bowen, it's a pile of crap. As for Tottenham Hotspur, we're not looking at Kudus to drive us over the line. We've got too many big players for that. So I understand what you're trying to say, but it's a different kettle. He's swimming in a different fish pond, if you know what I'm saying.
That's not true, though. You had it with Kane. Arsenal had it with Sanchez. Liverpool have had it with Salah. That when you're shit,
Kudus is
you
not
have one guy.
Kudus is not our talisman.
He's not that guy.
He's just part of our 11. All right? Yeah, he's a talisman for you. He's part of our 11. We're looking at other players.
He wasn't a talisman for us because he never stepped up when the whole team was shit. Bowen's been the talisman. He's not the player. He's not as good as Bowen. He wishes he was
even
Bowen.
If Bowen was at Spurs, we wouldn't look to him either. That's the thing.
You ain't got anyone to look to, really. That's the problem.
I'm just telling you, bro.
Nah, you would. Are you crazy? Do you know how many goals that guy scores, bro? Did you see the finish today? Nah, did you see the finish today? You didn't see the finish. You didn't see the finish
No,
today.
you didn't see the finish, did you? You didn't
No, I
see
didn't
it.
know.
Where was
Mad.
the finish against Bournemouth? Where was Kudus' finish? All that was finished was Spurs. Yeah, that's the only finish that was happening with Spurs.
The only thing
Yeah,
I'm
we're
grateful
back
for
down
West
to
Ham.
reality. I
The only
love
thing I'm
it.
Look,
Excited.
Lawless, the only thing I'm grateful for West Ham for is the fact that I get to cook the hell out of Wolfie tomorrow, and I'm gonna fully enjoy it. But bro, like, let's not get it twisted. I still got you guys as odds-on favorite to go down, bro. And explain your guy Paqueta, who's pretty much signed an agreement with one of the other dustiest teams I've ever seen in my line in Aston Villa. He's saying this and kissing the shirt.
It's out.
He's out the door in about an hour. He's out the door in about an hour.
You see what he did with the phone? Did you see what he did with the phone? He dashed the phone. He's like, Villa? Who the fuck is Aston Villa? Get the fuck out of here, mate. Get out of here. Yeah, that's what he did. Oh, Spurs? Oh, Spurs? What's that? Get out of here, mate. What the hell is that?
Bro, I just hope for your sake, come midnight, you feel like West Ham.
We'll see it. We'll get to the West Ham bit, but I'm just saying this is a reality check for Spurs because this happens. I'm so glad it happened earlier because remember at Big Ange's first season, you was top at Christmas and you were like, we're winning the league. We're going to do it. We're going to win the league. And then it came crashing down. Well, now it's happened 3 games into the season. So be grateful. Be grateful it's happened 3 games in.
I think there's a slight difference, and I know we got to move on. And I'm sorry, big up to everyone that's locked on. Make sure you smash a like. I'm not concerned. The one thing that we've seen under Thomas Frank is that when he makes a mistake like he did against PSG, you know what I mean? The very next game, he tweaked it and we were able to kick on. I can see Spurs kicking on after the international break, especially with the signings of Lookman, hopefully, and Xavi Simons, which you got over the line. As for you guys, that was a one-in-a-lifetime performance against Tottenham Forest today. There is no... I don't think you genuinely believe that Graham Potter has turned it around, that you think now after the international break that you guys kick on. I think you played a dusty Nottingham Forest team, which we've been trying to tell Wolfie since the start of the season, and it finally came to roost. And I think you guys go back and revert back to form after the international break, and you lose.
That shows how much you know, because who have we got after the national break? Don't you dare.
We've got you, and we're not allowed to encourage anyone. It's not financial.
They're each other, you know.
Huh? I can't wait to play Lawless.
I can't wait to don't you dare drop points against my club. Yeah, I will start that cooking channel, Reggie. I will start that cooking channel. My
Kudus will probably bang a brace.
Is he gonna get in the stadium, bro? You see them? You see the ICF? Yeah, the ICF are gonna grab man up at the bowl-in, bro. They're gonna grab man up, and he ain't gonna make it to the stadium, bro. You know what I mean? So he better get some private security, innit, Lawless? Yeah. Hey, them hooligans, bro. You're not ready for the East London hooligans.
So Spurs were poor. I think it was a bad day at the office. Nothing to be worried about. We dust the shoulders off. We learn and we move.
You dust your shoulders off. Is that because you're dusty? So you got dust on your shoulders because you're dusty. Dusty Spurs got to dust themselves. Dust up.
Well, let's do this. Look, I don't think there's much more to say in Tottenham. They were absolutely terrible, in my opinion, and I still think they're going to have results like that. I think Thomas Frank's going to make them hard to beat, but they're going to have slip-ups. West Ham, I didn't see your game, but I literally could not believe the result, man. I don't know if you saw any of it, Don, but I agree the Bowen goal was cold. I thought that was quality. There's a couple of people watching in the studio and me saying, "Oh, keeper's got to do better," but I thought it was such an instinctive strike. I thought it was quality.
Nah. The keeper can't, bro. He smacked it so cleanly in the corner, bro. Like, the keeper, by the time the keeper clocked what's going on, the ball's there.
I agree. I thought he was quality. But how did you play, Lawless? Was you good?
Listen, we were good. Like, first half, we defended well. Both teams, in terms of quality when it comes to passing, was off. It was just off. Neither team could string a 2-3 passes together. But we crowded out Forest. We shut them down every time they tried to, get Gibbs White or Hudson-Odoi, like Kyle Walker-Peters, mate. He come in for Wan-Bissaka, mate, and he was immense. He shut up shop on Hudson-Odoi. You had Fernandez, the new signing, Mateus Fernandez. My God, what a breath of fresh air! A serious midfielder. Finally, what I've been calling out for, the midfield. I've been saying it for so long. We've got Magassa to come in, drop Ward-Prowse. He's just not up to the levels. He's just not
A
up to the levels.
Southampton fan here, by the way, Matthew said Matty Flanders is quality. As a Southampton fan,
Mate,
I can say you will enjoy him.
one game in,
Lovely.
one game, I'm enjoying him. He could have had an assist. He was just class, man. And like I said, Paqueta, he stepped up big time, showed that he's here to stay, showed what he's serious about this club. But what really excited me, the second half, what have I been telling everyone when you've been talking shit to me? Wait for Somerville to come back. Just wait for Somerville to come back. Well, Somerville came back. And what happened when he come on the pitch? 3 goals later, we win the game. Serious player. You're going to know about Somerville. And I swear to God, Deji, you're going to know about Somerville in 2 weeks' time.
I know.
Oh,
I know this is quick. You see the penalty that he got, yeah, bro. The way he got to that ball, it's quick, rapid.
They couldn't handle him. They could not
he's
handle
always
Somerville.
been a good player, yeah. It's just his fitness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. He got this injury, the hamstring injury, didn't want surgery, then had surgery, all of that shit. So now he's back. Bowen stepping up. Like I said, we've got good players. We need to get our best team available. Diouf, I've been telling you about Diouf, picture perfect cross to Callum Wilson. Everyone's been clowning us about signing Callum Wilson. He got his goal today. He could have had 3, mate. He could have had 3. And the only worst thing he did was try and take that worldie that Bowen was about to score off him. Bowen went past, like, just ruined their whole team, was about to slot in the back of the net, and then Wilson decides to try and nick it and toe poke it off him. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Bowen was fuming because that would have been like goal of the season contender. And listen, Potter changed it. Bin that shitty back 5, yeah? Go to a back 4 and get the right personnel on the pitch, and good things will happen. Do that every week, and we're going to be a serious team. And you'll keep your job. Mourinho said to be in London. He said to be wanting the job. So know the pressure's on.
Mourinho, would you take Jose?
Do you know what? Like, for the football, not so much. But for the chaos, for the circus, everything that comes with Jose.
All right, let me ask it differently. Would you take him over Potter?
Would I take him over Potter? Yeah. As it stands, like I said, I'm not Potter out, right? But we've been
Sullivan out, innit? Sullivan out.
I'm Sullivan out, right? Potter, I'm still giving time. However, if he came in, it would be very hard for me to say no to Jose. Very hard for me to say no.
Even though you saw the job he's done at Fenerbahce.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the Turkish league tax. You know what I mean? His home is the Premier
surely the Prem's harder than it. Surely the Prem's harder than it.
Yeah, but he's a Premier League manager. Like, the Prem's his home.
No,
and
he was the Premier League
manager. Why can't he pattern up in Turkey then? That's easier.
No, but it's not. It's not necessarily because of the resources. You say it's easier for players, yeah. If you're going for the Prem to Turkey, but for managers, you have the resources that you have, right? You're only as good as the resources available.
Wait, Jose, I is that Fenerbahce?
Yeah, but truth be told, the Turkish league, like, taking that away from Galatasaray is like one of the hardest things to do in football. So
yeah. There you go. So all I'm saying is Jose won everything with Chelsea. Yeah. He was one of the most successful Man United managers. He got shitty Spurs to a cup final before they decided to sack him because they're cheapskates, right? So the Premier League, that's where he belongs.
I'll ask you a question, genuine question.
Mm-hmm.
And this will determine West Ham's fate, I reckon, for the rest of the season. Do you think Jose does a better job than Moyes at West Ham?
No.
Yes, I can't really say. I can't say yes because of obviously the European football back to back, the trophy.
No chance.
He could win us a trophy. But what Jose's a short-term option, right? What Jose does is he ups the levels over 2 years, yeah? It comes crashing down and then someone else can pick up and we get the long-term guy to carry the baton, right? Where Jose left off. And the thing is, he's a name. Like, players will respect him. He'll attract other big players to play for him. Yeah, I'm telling you. At West Ham, yeah. You think
I think that was true in 2005.
No, it's not even that. Like Lawless, you can't hire a
You think
Jose.
it's fresh from Chelsea, you know? You think it's Mourinho
Right.
fresh from Chelsea?
Because Jose
That was
only
a cute
does
monologue, bro.
well.
That was a cute monologue. I can't lie.
Like Jose only really does well when he's given the checkbook. Your owners aren't gonna spend the money required for Jose to be successful, so you might as well just dodge it completely.
I was going to
Those
say,
people-
I
those
agree
people
with Hooks,
scrap,
man.
those scrap.
I agree with Hooks. There's no way that is a good combination. Jose Mourinho and West Ham does not go
Sullivan
together,
and
man.
Jose.
Sorry, Don.
Maybe
Sorry, Don.
maybe Arsenal should have given Jose £1 billion, and he would have
Maybe.
won something.
Maybe.
Maybe. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, yeah. Like if we're gonna be shit, like say this was what Deji thinks and it was a one-off and Forest was shit, normal service resumes, yeah. If we're gonna be in the mud, I'd rather be in the mud with Jose. Do you know what I mean? Because
I'd rather be in the
Jose.
mud with a guy that plays horrible football.
Well, yeah, because the football, apart from today, we played a lot better, but the football we've been playing is shit anyway. And then if we're gonna say we sack Potter, yeah, and you're gonna give me Dyche or you're gonna give me Steve Cooper or any of these other jokers, well, I'd rather have Mourinho any day of the week over them clowns. I'm sorry,
Yeah, but
I'm not having
you just said Potter changed the shape. If he changes the shape, you'll play better, surely.
That's what I'm saying.
You got better players.
I'm saying I need to see more of a sample size from Potter. Once we get Magasser in, we need to get. Obviously, we got rid of that rat Aguerd. Yeah, it's 2 rats out of the squad, so it's good. Do you know what I mean? Pest control's been done. First Kudus, now Aguerd. You know what I mean? We've swept out the rats, and now the dressing room is going to be looking a lot better. Get another centre back in. Get me another midfielder. I would like to get Quinton Timber in if we can. You know what I mean? The better Timber brother. You know what I mean? Like go and bring him in.
He's a good player, man. He's a good player. He's not as good as Jurian, but he's a good player, man. Good player. I rate him. I like him. But let me ask you quickly, Lawless, here before we move to Chelsea and Arsenal, right? Let me ask you quickly. Where does Jarrod Bowen rank in terms of like all-time Premier League West Ham players? Because I think he's right up there, bruv. I've got to be honest. I honestly believe, yeah, you know, you can talk to me about Pano Di Canio and you can talk to me about Payet and you can talk to me about these guys, but I've got to be honest, bro. I think this guy is right up there, man. Right up there. Obviously, he's won you your trophy, been one of your best players for a while, captain now, loves the club, fans' favourite. I don't think there's many above him now, bruv.
They've had some ballers there, though, man. Like,
yeah, but I get that. They have had some individual quality, but I don't know, man. I think he's right up there, if I'm honest. I honestly think he's top 5.
He could be top 5. He could argue top 5, man. He's finishing. And do you know what the maddest thing is? When we first got Bowen, one of the big things I criticized.
Wait, hold on, Hooks. You're talking about Billy. They're talking about what he's done for the club.
100%.
As
like a legend.
Yeah. We've had ballers. Like we can sit there and say, well, this guy was a baller. This guy was technical.
Okay, cool.
Just in terms of impact, like impact.
Yeah. If you're talking about the greatest, like in terms of individual technical ability, there's better players, right? But if you talk about what West Ham fans look at, I mean, Christ, West Ham fans love Mark Noble. Like they must love Jarrod Bowen. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't because Nobes is great.
There's definitely an argument for Bowen to be in the top 5 though. Like as in ability wise.
Facts.
Bro, that guy's finishing is ridiculous, bro.
No, not a bit.
Yeah, and his overall playmaking is good as well.
No,
this is what I'm saying, Don. We had this argument on Straight Facts like months ago. And I remember I was having it out with Staffy about players improving their finishing. I think we were talking about Jackson or something. And he's like, no, you can't do it. Once you get to a certain age, it's impossible. You can't improve your finishing. Bowen, one of my biggest criticisms of him was his finishing when he first joined. From then to now, it's night and day. So Bowen and that stuff that happened against Wolves should never have happened. Of all the players you're going to dig out, it shouldn't be Bowen. Like I said, he carried the team on the back. I get we're pissed and we're frustrated, but he cares about the club. He wants to be here. I think he's a good captain.
Lawless, can I, again, because I know we're about to move on, and I just wanted to ask you a genuine question. If Bowen has a good season this season, I mean, I see the way I see the way you're shaking your bum for him. The question is, would you give your blessings if one of us come in for him?
Would I give if one of you scumbags came in for Jarrod Bowen?
At some point, would you? At some point, if he's playing so well, you got to be afraid that one of the big 6 is going to take him.
Probably as a West Ham fan, Arsenal is probably the best location for you because, to the best of my knowledge, we don't actually have a rivalry.
Fuck Arsenal.
We don't actually have any. Like, there's no hate.
hate.
Like, you man force the hatred. There's no hate. You man force it.
No,
like,
listen, it's not about that.
over there in. There's no hatred.
I've hated your club my entire life.
Why
I've
though?
hated your
Why
club.
though? With like, there's no.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why?
Oh, because you
I'm
grew up
from East-
knowing Arsenal fans. That's probably what it is.
I'm from East London. Yeah, the amount of Arsenal fans, that used to sit there and go and be, I'm repping East, but then supporting a North London team. You are frauds.
What does
All of
that
them
do
are
with Arsenal?
frauds.
What does that do
Fuck
with
Arsenal, like, and your fan base is an embarrassment.
Wait, I don't know why Don's laughing because
No, I'm laughing because he's just talking. He's talking West. He's talking West, bro.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Bro, you're saying, because they're from East London, they can't support a club from North London. Of course they can, but it's just there were so many of them. There were so many.
Nah.
Bro, I know a bunch of Arsenal fans. Growing up, it was United fans and Arsenal fans. Yeah,
Glory
I
hunters.
know a lot
Glory
of
hunters.
because we're from East. Yeah, I know a lot of West Ham fans. Spurs, Deji, I can't lie. I know 2 from school. That's it. The rest I've met when I started going work and all these things, right? So Arsenal, they're everywhere, bro. You can't be saying, because you're from East, you got to support a club. You can't support
Glory
us.
hunters, right? But that was my first taste of.
how is it
what
glory
Arsenal-
hunting?
No, United is more.
United is
More
glory
sense
hunting.
to say that.
But
Look
in
at Arsenal,
the back then, Arsenal were a glory hunting team. They were.
Oh, and you're actually, I forgot you're a bit older than me. Innit?
What era? What era?
I see them.
We're talking about late night. We're talking about late night, the Wenger era, the Arsene Wenger era.
How is that? That's not glory hunting. What?
You fucking won the 3 league titles, one Invincible, the FA Cups, all of that shit. You was in
Yeah, but
Champions League.
like not at like a cadence that you could say, oh, yeah, man are supporting Arsenal now because they're glory hunters. Like, it's not comparable to what United was doing.
They were supporting. They didn't go and support fucking Crystal Palace or QPR, or they supported a team.
Hey, we're having an unnecessary conversation, bro. I want to understand what's going on with at your end. Yeah, Hooks. What's going on with Arteta right now, bro? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm seeing guys like Potts. I was talking to him. He said to me he's not happy about what's going on and that. I saw today, man had his handbrake up and that. So
yeah,
I
I'm not happy, man.
I want to know, bro. What happened, bro?
I'm not happy, man. Like in my opinion, like we lost that game, but truth be told, we shouldn't have lost the game in it because like that was a wonder free kick. It happens in it. Like, but I feel like the balance of the game, it was very 50-50 in it. But like this brother, he could have won the game. But he opted to not. Well, it's repetitive behavior in it because we're used to Arteta going into these big games, setting up to not lose instead of setting up to win. Because I would have rather lost this game, at least knowing that we tried to throw everything at winning the game because it feels a bit different. So now don't get me wrong. I think the first half, the game plan. Like, and this is the thing. I've got no problem with the players. Well, actually, bar one, Martinelli. I don't know why you're playing. Don't know why you're still here.
I've got a problem with one as well. But I'll say that later.
In terms of like the players on the pitch, everyone executed whatever the game plan was perfectly. So the issue is not the players. The issue is the game plan. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, cool.
You weren't really create.
But that wasn't the game plan.
Yeah, but okay.
To create, like, you don't set up a midfield three of Declan Rice, Moreno, and Zubamendi, and then have Martinelli.
Yeah. No, you weren't.
If your aim is to create, that's not your aim.
100%. You're right.
I mean, that's not your aim, and that's the problem. Yeah. Well, okay, cool. I can understand going to Anfield and wanting to keep it 0-0 for the first half. I can understand that, but acknowledge that the pendulum has swung in your favor. Yeah. And at the bare minimum, you've got a guy on the field who, if anything, he's playing against you. He's breaking up all the patterns. He's slowing down play. He's not playing players through. He's not looking up. He's not contributing. So cool. Take him off at half time. Take him off at half time. Cool. You don't take him off at half time. So now all I can do as a fan is just assume you had a conversation with him and went, cool, you're not playing good, but we'll see how the next 5 to 10 minutes go. And then we'll proactively do something to try and change our fate. The brother's still on the pitch at 70 minutes. You could argue, well, I don't think it's an argument. He got worse in the second half. So now you don't bring on, and this is my actual biggest problem. Yeah, you don't bring on Martin Ødegaard and Eberechi Eze, in a moment when the momentum is with you.
Facts.
You bring them on at a moment where the momentum and flow is with Liverpool. So you're now bringing them on and expecting them to change the flow of the game. Here's the problem with that. Ødegaard, he might even still be injured, but it's a shoulder injury, but he's not fully fit. And it's Eberechi Eze's first ever game for Arsenal.
Left wing as well. Wing as well.
I think he played good on the left wing, and I think that shut down a lot.
He was better than Martinelli. He was better than Martinelli.
Immediately.
You weren't on long enough, innit?
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. If you bring him on earlier, if you bring him on at half time, cool. He gets to get adjusted to the game. He gets to get into the flow. Now, Szoboszlai, he's got to think a bit more about what he does. Doesn't have to think about stuff when Martinelli's there. You see Eze come on, immediately, the football IQ is higher. Immediately, the link-up play is better. Immediately, he's actually running at people and causing problems. Immediately. He's the one that actually passed it to Ødegaard, and Ødegaard actually, it shocked me, and I think it shocked Gyökeres and Eze as well. He actually played the ball pretty quickly into the box. And I mean, if Gyökeres or Eze was expecting that, it's a goal. He actually came on and nearly scored. Like,
it was good defending for Liverpool. I remember that. So
look, like, cool. Like, obviously, I did a reaction after the game, a live reaction. I dropped another one, and right now, I'm in my emotions, because this is a game that for a long while I'm actually looking at it and going, I actually could have won this game.
Yeah.
And that's the bit that burns me the most, is that I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, all right, cool.
Mr. Hooks, you say that, yeah, and I'm with you, but we couldn't have won the game because our manager has got zero intent to whatsoever.
Okay, yeah. From that aspect,
that team selection, bro. I was in the studio, I was there at Box Park, big up to them. Technical issues were an absolute joke, by the way. We ended up having to watch it on Sky Go on someone's phone because the TV kept every 20 seconds going black intermittently, so we could hardly watch the game. It was a nightmare. Anyway, so then we were 30 seconds behind, so we knew when Liverpool had scored because there was cheering from outside. So it was a madness. It was a nightmare, man. Nightmare. Anyway, for me, I saw that team lineup, Hooks, and I went, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
Right? Because all of our creativity was on the bench. Ødegaard, I don't think he's creative, but I'm told he's a creative spark, on the bench. Ethan Nwaneri on the bench. Eze on the bench. Max Dowman, I know he's 15. I know he come on again, on the bench. So I'm looking at this thinking, I'm not sure about Calafiori against Salah, albeit he had a good game. And I'm not so sure that there's any creativity whatsoever in that midfield. And it was a dead midfield, bro. Like dead, like Rice running around doing all the work. I don't know what Arteta's trying to do with him at times. Zubimendi, awful foul to give away, ridiculous. They score from it, won the goal, can't do nothing about the free kick. But Mourinho, what's he doing in there? Yeah, he presses. Yeah, he's got physical. Yeah, he's got some attributes which are cool. He presses and all that stuff. But I don't want that. I need someone to be a creator. Whether it's Eze, okay, he's not fit to start, cool. Ødegaard, not fit to start, cool. Then play.
No, but why would Eze not be fit to start? I just saw him at the bridge.
This is the funniest thing. Eze's probably more match fit than any of the Arsenal players.
He's fit, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. I spoke to my boy earlier. Man's telling me about, Martinelli and that, the money he gets. I said, bro, you've given him the money. It is where it is. You can't be talking about that right now.
He's done, man. He's done.
Hold on there. You got to talk about him as a player right now, yeah, because he's been washed for a second, right? And on top of that, you didn't even start him against Leeds. So what was the need to bring man back? Is it because he's got a good record at Anfield? Is that what it is? But in reality, you've got a guy and an Eze who's actually a better player, right? He might not be the left winger, but for this game against Liverpool, bro, every player needs to be at least an 8 out of 10 to win that game, and that means that you don't lose the ball, right? That means that you go past your guy the way Eze did towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
They're the little things that you do. They're the little difference in quality. And he decided not to start that for whatever reason.
I know the reason.
It don't make sense.
I know the reason. I think Arteta is damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. The truth of the matter is,
Why though?
Arsenal-
Who's gonna fight for Martinelli though, Dench? Who's gonna fight for Martinelli?
No,
If he does,
but-
who's gonna?
I hear what you're saying, but you
guys are gonna be like, why is Martinelli getting dropped and that? Yeah, that no one's gonna say that.
The problem is that these men, like for me, that was probably the most comfortable Arsenal have looked at Anfield in a long time. Like, let's be real. Apart from the Weldy, Arsenal draw that game, they walk away with a point.
Last season was pretty.
The only thing I think that I kind of agree with Hooks is that when you're in the moment, when you can see that Liverpool, they're not clicking. There's some frailties in the team. You've got Zabozlai playing at right back. You spot that early and then do something about it. Take the second half to them. I think the second half, they just kind of did more of the same in the first half. But Arsenal was difficult to break down. I don't really remember Liverpool having any clear-cut chances. They were kind of defending very well. And, you know, it was so... Look, I think the game plan was to draw, not lose. And if they could stink out the place and nab a 1-0, I think Arteta trusts his defence well enough to know that Liverpool was never going to score in that game, like legitly. But I think the game plan was to stink out the place, and which is what Arsenal did. The Szoboszlai thing could have happened on any given Sunday. It's a Weldy. It might never happen again in the brother's life. But to say that Arteta got it wrong, he could have gone with Eze, and then you could have opened up the floodgates of heaven and got slapped 3-1, 4-1. Would you have been happy with that instead?
No, but I'll tell you why I disagreed, Dodge, right? I'll tell you why, right? Let me just go from the start to the end about why Mikel Arteta's got to hold the L for a few things today. He's got to hold the L because the starting lineup was way too negative. There was no creativity in that midfield. That's the first thing he's got to hold the L for. I wouldn't mind if he had no one available, but all of the creativity was on the bench. That's the first thing. The second thing is William Saliba got injured in the warm-up and then said, oh, just try me, I should be okay. Lasted 3 minutes and his ankle went, and then he got subbed. You should never be playing him. Why is he playing him if he got injured in the warm-up? That's the second thing to hold the L for. The third thing to hold the L for is you're not really showing any level of creativity or massive chances. Noni Madueke has had one shot on target. Everyone else is stinking out the gaff in attack other than Noni, which is a bad thing as its own, right? He was probably our best player today, Noni Madueke. Right? Crazy, right? And then you've got the thing he has to hold L for is he gets to 70 minutes and he's still not made a change, bruv. Ezra's sitting there, the other guard's sitting there. Naineri didn't even get on today. Dowman comes on for like 3 minutes. There is so much today I looked at. And the last thing, if you want to play that way, come. Make sure you win, though. And if you don't win, make sure you don't bloody lose. He's losing. So this is why Sam Allardyce and Tony Pulis and all this crap is getting Moyes and all this is getting chucked at him because that's the sort of thing he's doing. He's playing like Moyes and Kirbishley and, you know, Pulis, Allardyce, all these names you want to throw at me, and he's losing games. That's why he's getting called those managers. If you play like that, bloody win, because then they'll start calling you Conte, Simeone and them, man. Because that's what they used to do. George Graham. I'm sick of it.
Mourinho.
It's embarrassing, man. It's so negative.
Mourinho as well, Potts. Mourinho as well.
Yeah, Mourinho as well.
Exactly.
But you know what? Do you know what's actually crazy as well? Yeah, this brother, cool. I can hear it if you want to play a physical, combative midfield, because clearly that's what you do when you play Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Mikel Merino. But this brother, he's playing Mikel Merino as a 10. Like
and he did it last season as well.
Yeah. So
instead of playing Ethan there. Yeah. He even played Trossard in the 10 instead of Ethan.
So like I understand if it's like cool, we're gonna play with Zubimendi or Rice at the base, and then we're gonna play with 2 8s that keep it compact. Maybe sometimes they push up or whatever, and we're gonna soak it up and we're gonna be really strong. But all he did was say we're not gonna play a creative player, but we're gonna play a giant, Mikel Merino, in the 10, who can't create. So it's like, so you might as not really gaining anything going the other way. If anything, Erdegaard's actually better at tracking back. So you might as well have just played Erdegaard. Do you know what I mean?
By the way, can we talk about this man? Can we talk about Mr. Gyökeres?
Oh, here we go.
I saw a stat. What was the stat I see?
Yeah.
I put some stat in.
More yellow cards and goals or something.
More than yellow cards.
I'll be honest. Let me
talk about Gyökeres' diet.
Let them land first, man. You man cook. Like, go on, Lewis. Cook.
No, it was more. It wasn't even goals. I think it was more yellow cards than shots. which is insane. And this is what we told you. Like, I just had a feeling like because
is it Gyökeres' crap then, or is it Arteta's crap?
I think there's a little bit of both. What the thing is about Gyökeres is I felt after seeing him for the first few games, he's going to be one of them strikers where he can do it against the promoted teams, right? But in the big games, in the big moments, he's going to struggle.
Like he did when he scored a hat-trick against Man City.
What's that?
Like he struggled when he scored a hat-trick against Man City.
I'm just talking about at Arsenal this season. Yeah, he can have a moment. I'm not saying
free game.
Okay,
you're talking about free game.
I'm not saying he's never ever gonna do it. Yeah, I'm not saying he's ever gonna do it. But I'm just talking about.
My point is, concentrate on the manager, not the player. That's what I was saying.
To be okay, the manager gets smoked. But I'm just saying, Hooks, to be the guy that you expect him to be, right? I'm not saying he's not gonna score goals. I'm not saying he's shit. But to be that next level, he has to score more than Havertz, right? He has to score more than Moreno. Was it? He has to be the guy.
And he will.
Yeah.
And he will. Like,
can you say that?
Can I give a slight
I know, but yeah, I'm so confused that, like, this is the thing. Like, it's not my fault that you man thought that we were signing Dennis Bergkamp, bro. Like, I know that this brother doesn't have the greatest touch on earth. I know that this brother is not there to do link-up play. I already knew all of this prior to him coming. The reason why I wanted him to arrive at Arsenal is because he solves the biggest problem for Arsenal. We struggle against the smaller teams. We struggle to break down the smaller teams. And it's the smaller teams that this brother will take advantage of. I don't need to worry about the big 16.
That's disingenuous, Hooks, because I tell you why. You're saying we struggle to, so because he scored against Leeds, that's evidence that we struggle to break down Leeds. Let's not forget, Leeds were on top. You score a set piece. Wait, listen what I'm saying, right? Because this is going to make sense. Because you're talking about,
it's not going to make sense. We're trying to land the plane, but there's suicide bombers on the plane. It's dangerous for everyone at the airport for you to land this plane. Everyone's life is in danger.
Listen, because your point don't make sense. Because you're saying you got him because you can't break down the smaller teams when they're parking the bus. You, right, Leeds was on top, right? You scored a set piece. Well, they had the first 20 minutes, they was causing you problems, right? But that's not the point. That's neither here nor there, right? Let me get to the Gyökeres. You open the scoring with a set piece, right? Then all of a sudden, Leeds are trailing. Why does it make sense for Leeds when they're losing to park the bus and you have to break them down? That's not what happened. So for you to say that Gyökeres is solving your problem of helping you break down the teams that are going to park the bus and be hard to break down, that doesn't make sense because Leeds isn't evidence of that because they were losing and chasing the game. So of course they're going to be more
exactly.
I had my own opinion, and I'm going to get
We're talking about when it's 0-0.
No, but that's the point, though. That's the point. That's the point. That's exactly the point. What are you talking about?
My observation is slightly not football related.
Of course it's not.
Welcome, man.
I apologize to those who heard me say this earlier, but I am going to remix this. I thought Gyökeres looked like a Pokemon. I thought he looked like he wanted to catch them all. And also there's something about Gyökeres' diet where he looks like he's had a couple of Krispy Kremes before kickoff. And that's just an observation that I've seen, bro. And until you sort out his health, I don't know how he's going to score any goals because he looked very, very heavy.
But this is an Arteta thing. We're missing, we're missing, right? I'll hear it. Ekatike weren't great today either, but he's fine. Gyökeres weren't great. He's shit. Florian Wirtz hasn't done much again in the game, but it's Gyökeres who's shit. I get it. I hear it. It's all pile on Arsenal. I understand it, right? Because our fans get on everyone's tits. I totally get it. But for me, this is an Arteta thing. This ain't a Gyökeres thing. You can't score 100 goals for a club in 2 seasons and then come and be like a guy who looks crap. That is a style thing and an Arteta thing. The service was not there. There was nothing for him to feed off of today, just like at Old Trafford. And I thought it was poor. And it's an Arteta problem. I can't have this is the player problem.
Manager. So Arteta's your manager. So
who should we? You think Arteta's got? Well, tell me a striker. Arteta's got the best out. I'll wait. Tell me.
No, but what I'm saying is, Well, okay, but I'm saying Havertz seemed to fit Arteta a bit more than the likes of a Gyökeres. Well, yeah, I mean, Havertz, he got Havertz scoring. I'm talking about the type of player that he is, that he likes. Look at Aubameyang.
So you didn't think Arsenal should have got a striker? We should have kept Havertz.
No, I'm not saying you should have kept Havertz, but you should have got someone that's not so reliant on service. What's that?
What are we doing?
Who's not reliant on service? What striker's not reliant on service? What striker drops to the halfway line and runs past everyone and puts it in? Thierry Henry ain't about anymore, bro. Who are we going to get?
But
yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. It was too dangerous for you to land the plane, and that's why you're because you're causing a lot of damage to a lot of people's lives. Yeah, so
I told him let him land, man. I told you let him land.
No, you can't let him land.
Look at the difference. Okay, look at the difference. Aubameyang. Let's look at Aubameyang versus Lacazette. Yeah, we had that. Used to have that debate all the time. Two different players, right? Lacazette was praised because of his ability to get involved in the game and drop deep, link up. Aubameyang was more reliant on service, but he was a lethal finisher. Yeah, those were the different attributes that they brought to Arsenal.
What?
What do you mean? What?
Aubameyang was involved in the game. What are you talking about?
Are you? Did you just blank that whole period? Wait. Was you an Arsenal fan when you had Aubameyang and Lacazette? Was you an Arsenal fan when you had Aubameyang and Lacazette?
I praise the Lord that you're not a pilot, because it's mad. You can't land planes, bro. I don't know.
You can't comprehend. Do you not remember the debates of Aubameyang and Lacazette? Do you not remember? Was you at Arsenal?
I don't know. Maybe this was a debate that you man had on YouTube, because in the real world, we weren't having.
Everyone had the fucking debate of Aubameyang, and the problem is with Aubameyang, Lacazette worked for the team. Aubameyang didn't. That was the difference. But Aubameyang was a lethal finisher. So what happened is
Lawless. I know you won today, yeah, but I can't believe we're going all the way back to Aubameyang. And
I'm giving an example.
The brothers scored 2 goals in 3 games. The brothers scored 2 goals in 3 games.
No, he scored 2 goals in 1 game.
This is how football works. We've played 3 games so far, and he scored 2 goals.
Yeah, so
whatever you want to say, whatever you want to say is fine. But just remember,
you know what? Yeah, just to end this conversation, yeah, Lawless. What's your point about Gyökeres? Do you think that he's going to be a success at Arsenal? Or do you think he's not going to do well?
No, what I'm saying is, if Potts is saying that Arteta is the problem, right, with Gyökeres, and Arteta is not playing in a way that is getting the best out of Gyökeres, Arteta's your manager. So you've got 1 or 2 things. Who can you get rid? Like, if this is a persistent problem, right? If Arteta changes the way he's going to play to suit Gyökeres,
he's either got to change or he's got to get sacked and go. That's my point.
Well, this is it. Who do you get?
It ain't. Oh my God, Gyökeres is so bad. Why is Arteta?
But I'm saying, couldn't you have signed someone that doesn't rely on Arteta having to change his whole way of playing? No, I'm just asking that if you're a director of football, right? Arteta, this is your manager, right? This is how he plays football. He plays football a certain way. You're getting a striker here. You need a striker that plays that is reliant on a different way of playing to how your manager plays, right? So then you're relying on hoping that he changes his whole philosophy for the one player that you're bringing in. So what I'm saying is,
Lawless makes a good point though, because Jem, big up Jem. He's been banging on about Gyökeres for ages, and he's been saying, "Yo, we need to bring him in at Chelsea, right?" And I always said he's a player that I'm paying whatever he wants for, because when I'm looking at Chelsea and the chances that we create, right, he'll get a lot of goals at Chelsea, yeah. But we always said, me and Jem, that Arsenal, that's probably the worst move for him in terms of the teams that actually create a lot of chances. Obviously, Man City, they've got Haaland, they don't need him, yeah. Liverpool create quite a lot of chances. They could have done with him, but obviously they've gone down the route of Ekitike and they're probably going to get his sack, right? But the way Arteta sets up, it doesn't really suit Gyökeres' game, bro. Like,
that's what we're saying, but that's what I'm saying, Don.
Yeah, no, and that's what these lot are saying. But what Lawless is also saying is, surely if you know that, wouldn't have been smarter to go get a player like a João Pedro, for example, who can actually do more than just wait up there for the goals. That's what Lawless is saying. Lawless is saying,
thank you.
You could have potentially got someone better than, like, in terms of their overall game as well as scoring.
But Don, you will understand this. We needed a different profile to what we already have. what you're saying with João Pedro,
That's true. That's true. That's
like
true.
Havertz can do all of that. Obviously, maybe not to the same degree. Like subjectivity of football, some people will say Havertz is better, some people say Pedro is better. But there's similar profiles in the sense that they want to get involved in the game. They'll drop deeper, pick up the ball, link up.
But why do you go for
We needed a different profile.
Yeah, but Isak is a very good finisher, and he can actually.
He is. He is. But you know what the issue is with Isak? Yeah. Arsenal just made the decision that we don't want to be trying to negotiate with a brother whose club is trying to say that he's 120 to 130 million, because we had a lot of other business to do. So why would we go? That's a hard deal. And plus,
but you didn't have to spend on Madueke. The money that you spent on Madueke and Gyökeres could have got you Isak. Surely.
Okay, cool. Yeah. We do that. Okay, cool. I hear that. We do that, and then Saka goes out injured. So who covers Saka?
Ethan?
Well, you could have.
Max?
Hey, Don, you don't need to tell me about that, man, because I wanted him to start today. But there's a lot of people in my fan base that will tell you, no, you're crazy. Oh, he's only 15. He's too young to play. So we can't use Max as an example.
I said he's too young to play, but he's 15. He's 15, yeah, and he's 6 foot already, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's balling out.
What are you going to do with he has to play?
So do you know what as well? Yeah, like cool. This is where I think that a lot of people online are disingenuous.
I'm confused about what the issue is at Arsenal now. Maybe it's not Arteta. Maybe it's the players.
No, I'm not saying Arteta's not the issue, but he's your manager, right? So if you want to set your manager up for success, you give him the tools that best suit how he plays football.
And what was wrong with giving him a guy that scored 100 goals in 2 seasons? Is that the wrong thing to set him up with?
But because you're just looking at this is what we always did wrong, Potts, right? We always looked at goals. We never looked at profiles, right? That's why we used to get Skamaka and we used to get Haller and all these other players that bang goals for other teams, but didn't suit how our manager played football. That's the problem. It's not all about stats and goals and assists. It's about profiles, and it looks like you've got the wrong profile for Arteta. And
does it?
Yeah, maybe Arteta should be. If you want this guy and Arteta's way isn't working, then you should sack him. But you have to make a decision if you're going to spend this much money on a striker.
And I get what you're saying now. I don't agree with it, but I get what your point is. My point is this. I've seen Eddie Nketiah up top. I've seen Aubameyang up top. I've seen Lacazette up top. I've seen Gabriel Jesus up top. I've seen Kai Havertz up top. And now I've seen Victor Gyökeres. None of those are the same profile, bro. They're all different profiles. None of them have worked. So it has to be a common denominator, bro. It has to be the manager. The manager is not set up.
The manager
when I look at and like it's fair enough saying, oh, we've got to get a different profile striker who picks up the ball, does more on the ball. What's everyone else doing then? Oh, don't worry about giving the ball to him. Like, don't worry about service. Just all you lot just muck around with it on your own. Come on, man. This is a team game.
I'm not saying
you're asking us to go sign a profile that we already have twice.
Yes.
And then on top of that, Gyökeres is he's like Haaland. You're not signing them for profile. You're signing players like Gyökeres and Haaland for the stats. That's why you're signing.
But the thing is, though, Hooks, it's a good thing for you, man. Yeah, that he's gone and signed Gyökeres, right? Because there's no way to hide with him. Yeah. If you see that this season, the biggest problem with him is that his numbers ain't as high as what they need to be. Is because he's not getting the chance creation. Deji will tell you about Solanke last season, bro. I was watching a lot of Spurs games. Guys are trying to cook Solanke. One of my boys, always trying to crash it on him. I'm like, bro, I'm watching the game. I'm looking at the chance creation. It's meaty. They're not giving him the chances he needs to be scoring. Right? So if Arteta falls short again, and you'll see at the end of the season, Gyökeres hasn't popped off on that, bro. Berta could look at it and say, yo, listen, your pragmatic ways, I'm done with it, mate, yeah? And he's going to tell him in Italian as well, yeah? I'm done with it, yeah? I'm done with it. That's what you're telling him, yeah? And then he'll go get a manager that's a little bit more front thinking, a little bit more offensive, a little bit more attacking. Look at Maresca.
That's what I hope now. That's what I hope now. I know people are going to say that's ridiculous. 3 games in, I can't watch this, man. This is absolutely terrible to watch.
Look at Maresca. Look at how Maresca sets up, bro. Yes, he sets up to attack teams.
Yeah. But Don, I think I think everyone on the panel will agree. Gyökeres looks entirely different when there's Eze on the left, Saka on the right, and Ødegaard behind him. Like, I need people to remember for this game, we played a midfield 3 of Mourinho, Rice, and Zubamendi, and Martinelli was on the left.
Facts, bro.
you know
That's
what I
a
mean?
manager thing, man. That's a manager thing. Listen, let me do these supers, man, and then we'll move to Chelsea.
Hey, someone said, was that Italian? Or someone said, was that Italian?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Spanish?
I'm just
That's
seeing.
hilarious. That's hilarious. Sorry, man. I can't do the Italian one. Sorry.
James James has put a few super chats in. He says, "Lawless, fair play, mate." He always gives you a lot of stick. James is an Everton fan, but he's not a fan of a lot of teams. To be fair, Jamie says, "Jokeres bodied by Zobozo." He was probably the best player today. I thought he was really good. He's been at right back really well. James also says, "I got smoke for Potts." Come on, man. I like Everton. You got the Timo Lego-headed love child of Moyes and Wenger. Maybe get Schneiderlin. He's the king of sideways passing, and he would bring veteran leadership. Me and Laurie were sat there today, and Stricto, and we sat there going backwards, sideways. There was no forward play, man. It was just horrendous, man. James says, "Calm down, you Chelsea fraud." Oh no. Hands off Njai. He's at a more prestigious club that didn't cheat its way into relevance. Go do one. Oh my God.
Oh,
James is not a fan of Chelsea. Don's just going to selective hearing, I guess, and just ignore that one.
Wait, hold on. Say that again. Sorry.
Did you not see that super chat?
I just saw Gil's come back, bro. My boy is back.
Yeah. Mark Gill is back, and Jackson's staying. So, hey, Chelsea going to win the league with Gee and Jackson.
No, Jackson is staying. Jackson's, bro. He's not having it. He's in Bayern, bro.
Oh well, we'll see.
That's why we're bringing back Gil.
So that is why you're getting much. I'd rather have Mark Gill than bloody
100%. Calm down, you Chelsea. Hands off in days.
Hands off and Jay is a more prestigious club that didn't cheat its way into relevance. Go do one.
Hey James, man, I like your stadium, bro. Like you ain't gonna talk like that. You know, I'm looking at your stadium and I'm like, yo, this is nice. Yeah, relax, man. I like Grealish. Dewsbury Hall done you look a favor, and now you're coming in disrespecting. Yeah,
so
Dewsbury Hall as well right now is cooking. Yeah, man, are trying to tell me, oh, Dewsbury Hall, what do you see in this guy? Like you just like everything that they like, bro. Baller, and these men are seeing it.
Apparently, Jackson is coming back, and Mark Gee is recalled.
Both of them.
I don't know, man. That's what they're saying. That'd be mad.
Man. I think it's just Mark Gill.
Well, Spurs have apparently not won the game before an international break since 2023. He says we are cursed. Then, as is a Spurs fan, says also we rarely win after beating Man City. It's like we use up our powers. You've definitely got something against the old Man City because you never lose to them. Big up to Brandon, True Gunners TV. Go show him some love, please. I'm glad everyone's now seeing Arsenal's biggest hindrance to winning major trophies. Mikel Arteta. I agree. Set up not to lose once again. Same old crap. You can't set up not to lose and then lose. You can't play 4 centre-backs and 3 central defensive midfielders and lose the game. Ridiculous. God says, Dan, I told you about Graven Busquets. It ran the midfield. Yeah, I've always rated Gravenberch, to be fair, from last season. I thought he was excellent last season as well. It's Arteta. Players of Champions League winning quality. He ruins players. He signed Gyökeres to make him a runner like Martinelli. He hates goal scorers. Nunandinho says, Deji, when is the album hitting the high streets?
Soon come. Don't worry. As we fly, then I'll produce more material.
Shaitanya says, not the way to approach a big game when you have a quality squad. Poor management from Arteta. Big up, Shaitanya, every time. Totally agree with you. And Big Boog says, Potts, Gyökeres ain't the guy you think he is. Watch football with your eyes and not stats. His tech is poor. Come on, you irons. Watch Bowen. That's a proper baller. I said I'd take him. I'd absolutely take Bowen. 100%. But I do think Gyökeres will score goals. Look, let's close on Chelsea. Do you know, Don, I've got something to admit to you, right? I watched the game yesterday with somebody on his panel, and he was the biggest Chelsea fan I've ever seen in my life because he's got some stupid bet. And he's cheering Chelsea on, man. I'm like, is this guy a West Ham fan or what, man? Me and Lord were watching Chelsea Fulham. We had some beer, had some pizza. It was quite a chilled day. And I'm like, trying to get Fulham to, that goal they scored. I'm like, come on in. And Lourdes is like, it's a foul. It's a foul. He so wanted Chelsea to win, man. I'm sitting there like, I can't understand this. You would have loved it, Don. You know what I mean?
Was relying on it.
Because it was a foul. It's because it was the foul, isn't it, Lourdes? Clear foul, mate. Yeah.
It's one of them ones, yeah, because obviously the people, Potts and everyone else was like, where are you supposed to put his foot? I can see both sides of it. Do you know what I mean? He's going to do you know what I mean? To try and do him and he, do the step over, put his foot down. But he comes down, his foot does come down on him. Do you know what I mean? Like
Before I
Well,
get
that-
that,
That comment is so irrelevant as well. That comment is so irrelevant, yeah. Oh, was he supposed to put his foot? Why did he try to do Zidane and turn into Sonogo, bro? Like, man tried to do a skill and it flopped. He literally tried to do a roulette on the ball, yeah. Man tried to spin the ball around, basically. He missed the ball with his left foot, and he came down on Chalobah with his heavy foot, bro. It's a foul. You can't be trying to do step over. You can't be. Hold on, Potts.
You think it's malicious and intentional? That's what the rule is.
Hold on, Potts. Yeah, it's a clear foul. What do you mean, bro? It doesn't need to be intentional to be a foul, right? Where did you think this ball come from?
You think it was malicious or intentional, though?
I don't think it was malicious, no, but he just didn't do the skill. He didn't pull off the skill, right? What he tried to do, he blocked it. He was in no control of the ball. When he tried to drag the ball back, the ball went past him and he missed it with his left foot and fouled Chalobah, bro, right? The ball was over there. He was nowhere near it, bro. So that's a reckless challenge. And by the law, it was a foul. Yeah, it was a foul. And I'm seeing people complaining.
Harsh, man. He did a bit of skill. I didn't think it was reckless. I didn't think it was reckless or malicious.
How can you say it was harsh, yeah, when he literally failed the skill and fouled the player? That's like right now, Potts, a guy trying to do step overs. As they're doing the step overs, they headbutt the defender, but they just let him out, they just leave him because he's got control of the ball and he's doing a skill, right? A man tries to do a little flick or something and he elbows a guy in the face. Oh, it's no foul because he had the ball.
Why did the referee get fined and moved off of today's game then?
Bro, because of what happened, bro. It was a 12:30 kickoff. The whole media is going crazy about it, which I don't understand why. Because if a goal has been conceded and there's a clear foul in the phase of the goal, you can't allow that goal. That's an illegal goal, right? That goal, the foul was directly in that bit of play there where they ended up scoring. Tyree George was poor. He lost the ball, but it was a foul. It should have been stopped. That goal should never be allowed. So I don't get why people are complaining. If right now Saliba gets injured, Gabriel, he gets elbowed in the face and the team ends up scoring, you're gonna be like, bro, VAR should have stopped that. Yeah, that's what guys are gonna be saying. So for me,
elbowing someone in the face
this came out because of all the heat that they were getting, and they had to do that to show face, right? If you're gonna set that as a precedent, next time when there's a goal and there's a foul before that goal, don't call it back then. I don't want to see none of them getting called back. Yeah, if that's the precedent you want to set now.
Well, no, they've got to remain consistent now because that's what they've gone with. But Deji, what did you think, man? You've been quiet on it. Go on.
Bro, I actually thought it wasn't a foul. I have to be real. I mean, and I'm surprised that Don is talking like this because Don, being the sort of jinky little winger that he is, gets his foot treaded on every time he bloody steps out on the pitch. So that's not new. Getting treaded on is part of the game, just like someone pulls down your shorts, just like someone breathes their dragon breath in your face. So to give that as a foul is an absolute disgrace. And for me, what I'm seeing again, and what I hate most about the inconsistencies is that Fulham deserved to get a point out of that game against Chelsea. They were robbed simply because of that decision, in my opinion. And the lack of inconsistencies favors some teams, doesn't favor others. I just hate it. I just want consistency now. Do you know what I mean? Just give us consistency moving forward. It's just like Mbappe, his finger was offside today. And do you know what I mean? And it was bloody offside. I mean, it's ridiculous. But for me, being trodden on is part of the game. It happens all the time. And my dad used to tell me,
so players should now be allowed to try a skill. The skill flops and they hurt another player in the phase of doing that skill. And that's it. There's no foul. That's what you're telling me right now, basically.
No, I'm not saying that, bro. But come on.
You are, because that's what happens. You're a coach, Dej. You're a coach. I'll even say it to you now. Watch it back because I was at the game, yeah. And when it happened, and I saw it on the screen, I said, "Oh, that's a bit soft." And I even said in my review that was a bit soft. Then I watched it back again, like properly, right, the replay, right, and I saw what happened, and I was like, "Nah, he flopped the skill. He actually hurt Chalobah because he missed the ball. That's what happened, bro. When he turns around." You see the ball go past him. He lost control of the ball and fouled the player. It's a foul, right? I don't want to talk about that too much anyway, because at the end of the day...
No, we're talking about the other decision real quick, Dom, because there was another controversial decision in the Potts household, and that was the handball.
That's a handball. It's a handball.
Obviously, he jumps up doing Wing Chun, fucking getting up his hands like that, right? Those who know. And he's shielded. He's trying to... Basically, the ball's about to hit his face, right? Puts his hand up, to shield his face, hits his arm. It's given as a penalty. He said it's in an unnatural position. Potts was like, where's he supposed to put his arm? And I'm like, I can see why it's given. He's put his hand up. He should have took that in the face.
He turned away from the ball and used his body. He made his body bigger.
João Pedro was playing netball as well, though, but that wasn't mentioned.
Huh?
João Pedro was playing netball as well.
Bro, he booted the ball at João Pedro from about not even a yard away from him.
And it should be a handball, apparently. That's what it should be. I've seen them given.
No, they changed that rule, Potts. If you remember, when I think the World Cup happened, when the season started again, they changed that shit. Because the Prem tried doing that where if the ball hits your arm, it's a foul either way. Then they stopped doing it, bro. Right? What's João Pedro supposed to do? The ball was literally there. It gets slammed into his arm.
His hands down by his side. That's what he's supposed to do.
He's balancing his body, bro. Like what? I don't get what you're straight. He's
not doing that to jump. He was blocking. He put his hand up to block his face, which means like he's not like
the first one. I didn't really care so much. The first one I didn't get. I still don't get. I don't think it's a foul, and I agree with Danny Murphy on Match of the Day. I didn't get it, and that's why they sacked the guy today and banned him or whatever. But let me just put him in. Not sack him. Sorry, they removed him from the game. Let me just put this up because apparently there's Bomber from Ornstein. 39 seconds ago. Talks are ramping up tonight over deal for Isak to join Liverpool from Newcastle on deadline day. Liverpool saw a 110 bid rejected earlier this summer, having previously indicated willingness to pay 120 million to Newcastle. It's now at crunch point. This is going to happen, isn't it, Don?
Yeah, it's happening, man. It's happening. They brought in my man, that tall guy. Listen, and in January they might go in again for someone else, or they might try a little Larson or something and see if they can try to do something there. Highly doubt it, but yeah, I think they'll sell him. It's too toxic right now, Potts, man.
Well, they have to because he's not going to play. So I feel like Newcastle's actually doing the right thing. You got a player that has basically said, no matter, even if you keep me, I ain't going to play for you anyway. He's not trying to be professional about it. So you might as well get some P's for it and sell him begrudgingly. But there is something about player power that I think is kind of getting out of control because literally every player is putting out statements now. The power of social media. Whistler's done the same thing at Brentford, basically, spilt the beans today or shown the dirty laundry. And I just feel like we're losing a bit of control now. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there's nothing they can do. Isak's refusing to play.
But Newcastle are going to get that amount of money and then it's going to be shut and they're not going to be able to spend it. It's like, this is all a mess, man. It's just a mess, man.
I feel like they spent it like preemptively spent it. That's why they got that guy in the new striker.
That guy is a Peter Crouch reincarnated, isn't he? I don't know why they bought him. What is it for?
Apparently, I just saw. Sorry, I missed Fabrizio's tweet. He said, Bayern have told Jackson to go back to London. So it looks like he's coming back as well, blood. I think they're both coming back.
You're going to have so many left wingers, man. You're going to have Garnacho. You're going to have Gittins. You're going to get that Lopez guy. You're going to have to... Oh, man, it's crazy.
I will say, on Chelsea, Don,
let's talk about the game, man.
Big up, Deji. I know you got to shoot. We're going to wrap up in a minute. Big up.
I just haven't been convinced by Chelsea so far this season. Obviously, you drew against Palace 0-0. You came to our ground and you didn't have to. You scored. You beat. What's that?
Was that a bad result drawing against Palace?
At home at Stamford Bridge. When you're trying to win the title, Champions League.
No, in the context of what Palace are, bro, it's not a bad result.
Wait, let me land right. In the context of Chelsea trying to challenge for the title, drawing at home to Palace is a bad result. If Arsenal drew at home to Palace, they would be fuming.
They did,
right?
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point.
It was a bad result.
Yeah,
do you think Potts is going to sit here and go, great point at home to Palace? That's good. They're a tough team.
No.
You can't afford, if you're going to challenge for the title, Don, you can't afford to drop points at home to Palace, right? Then you come to West Ham, and yes, you beat us 5-1, but we were shocking, right? You didn't have to play well to beat us, right? So I think we flattered.
We did.
But you didn't. But I don't think you were that great. Like,
no, we weren't that great. We didn't get out of gear too, but we still battered.
Could have been more. And Hermansen, who was actually good today, had a disaster class. Basically, threw it in the back of our own net. Right. So then you go on to Fulham. Fulham definitely at minimum deserved a point, maybe even 3. They were
for what?
What do you mean? They were running you ragged, mate. They were.
But what did they create?
Ragged.
What did they create though? What did they create?
What do you mean? They was getting through. They was breaking through on
Through where?
through ball.
They had zero big chances. When did you remember Sanchez? When did you remember Sanchez making a save, Lawless?
Okay, so they're putting balls wide and things like that. But
balls wide. They're putting balls wide. What are you talking about? You see that? I'm getting me confused. Like Hawks was earlier.
Was we not sitting there watching it, going bloody hell, Chelsea on the ropes there, man?
Yeah.
That was in the first half.
They were definitely on the ropes.
Bro, that was in the first half. It wasn't really on the ropes. They were just controlling the game. When they were getting to our back line, Tosin was solid, Chalobah was solid, Gusto was solid, Cucurella was solid. They weren't getting through our back line. It was our midfield.
They did have the ball in the back of the net.
They put the ball in the back of the net, but like you said, it was a foul, Lawless. So it should have been disallowed.
Yeah, but that's fine margins, mate. That's fine margins.
Yeah, bro, it happened early. It happened early on in the game. Same thing at Palace.
I think Chelsea.
Hold on. You're not even letting me give my take on the game, yeah, bro. I got to go in a bit as well, bro. They got that decision right early on in the game, yeah. After we scored, because the first half for us, we had no control of the game, right? No control of the game. Enzo Fernandez was stinking out the place, brought down quite a few attacks. Again, our defense was good, right? Sanchez's distribution could have been a little bit better, but he was all right. He didn't have any saves to make, really. João Pedro was amazing for us in the middle, yeah. Esteval showed flashes of brilliance, but wasn't getting the ball enough. I thought Pedro Neto weren't great. But in the second half, when we scored that goal from the corner, second half, we were the better team. We were the better team, bro. Right? We created the better chances. You know what I'm saying? We ended up getting the penalty.
You weren't great.
I never said we were great, Lawless. But the point is, the first half was shocking. We scored a set piece. Finally, we're actually scoring our corners these days. João Pedro with another header, bro. This guy in the air is unbelievable, right? And then going into the second half, we control the rest of the game. We get a penalty, we score it. We get another clean sheet, and we're not even out of second game. It's game week 3.
Have you been impressed enough, Don, to think you could go for the title? Have you been impressed?
Oh, I haven't seen you, man, really kick out a second game either. Right? You're supposed to be going for the title. Same thing as Liverpool. I've been seeing Liverpool.
Yeah, but I don't think we will win the title.
I've been thinking Liverpool against Newcastle. They weren't great, but then they managed to get a result. But somehow against Chelsea, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
No, we're talking about
it ain't a problem. I don't think
like it. We ain't even got our best 11.
I don't think Chelsea have been bad at all. I don't think they've been great, but I don't think anyone's been great.
I get what Lord
is saying. And we're racking up points. That's the point here. We're not playing to our best. We know Chelsea can play better than this. We haven't even got Palmer in the team, and we've still managed to win by 2 goals against Fulham, by 5 goals against West Ham. We're only going to get better as the season goes on, and that goes for every team. As it is right now, do not drop the points. Do not drop points.
I expected in the first 6 games Chelsea to have 18 points and be top of the league. That was my prediction. That's not going to happen now because your first 6 is very easy compared to what everyone else. Well, compared to the.
But Palace wasn't an easy game, and
there's only 3 teams unbeaten in the Premier League right now. That is Liverpool, Chelsea, and Palace. And of course, Liverpool, you haven't had great performances. But they're still getting wins. Chelsea's still getting wins as well. Ignore Palace out of the equation because we're not going for a title. But yeah, like Chelsea's still getting results done. It's still start of the season. They have brought in a few new players. They're gonna bed in as well. Last season, Chelsea's problem was that they were actually up there in the league, but then come December time, I think it was around that time, they just collapsed. If they don't do that,
I'll finish it.
They just have to be consistent. They have to be consistent. Now, the injuries and Jackson coming back, whatever, I don't know about that. That's a bit worrying, the fact that Jackson's coming back, in my opinion. But they need him back. That's the only thing because of the injuries. But yeah, I don't think it's been a bad start. Like I think we're just overdoing it with the.
I don't think me and Lawless have said Chelsea have had a bad start.
They've only conceded.
We're judging them as title contenders. We're judging them as title contenders.
Yeah, but this is what title contenders do. This is what title contenders do. Over the years, I don't see Man City playing 10 out of 10 every single game. There's going to be great. Hold on. Yeah, especially at the start of the season, right? Where it's game week 3. Chelsea haven't basically even had a preseason. Was in the Club World Cup, and then we had the 2 games after that. So we're still building into the season, right? Like I keep saying, the season is only really going to take shape from about game week 8, game week 10, I would say. These guys are still getting warm, right? But whilst we're not our optimal best, Lawless, we are getting the job done. That's the main thing. That's what title contenders do. Yeah. And when we kick into form, then you're going to see Chelsea just going running riot. We're still looking at Fermin Lopez right now, right? You know what I'm saying? We're bringing back Jackson. We're bringing back Mark Gill from the looks of things. We've got players like Esteval and these guys. Yeah, Enzo isn't even playing well, but he's still putting up GNA. Palmer to come back. There's more than this attack is going to elevate even more than what you're seeing right now. And the performances will improve 100%.
Well, until that happens, Dom, we're going to call out the performances.
Hold on. What about Arsenal?
You can call it out. I'm not saying you can't call it out. You can call it out.
What about Arsenal against Man United in the first game of the season? Were they great?
We called it out. I called it out.
Job done. So basically, the point is Liverpool weren't great. Liverpool haven't been great all season. Chelsea haven't been great. Arsenal haven't been great, but they still managed to get a win. So I don't know.
Liverpool have been like they've shown quality, man, and now they're getting Isak and Gay.
Well, they conceded.
Gay's not confirmed. Gay's not confirmed. That's
yeah, but it's gonna happen, mate. Just accept
it's not. It doesn't necessarily. If we get a replacement, then yeah. But if we don't get a replacement, then it's not happening.
35 mil.
It doesn't matter about the money. It's about the replacement. Glass has literally come out and said that as well.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go though, D. Isn't he?
Okay. If we get a replacement, he's gonna go. Who's that player? We've got less than 24 hours. So
you
7 p.m. tomorrow.
What we got? Go try and hijack the word.
No, that's what I'm saying. If he's got a replacement, then he's gone. But anyways, forget about Gehi. Eze's gone. We're 14 games unbeaten, so it's still fine. Everyone's talking about Palace, about Eze.
How did you look tonight to close?
Yeah, we look good. We look good. We're still putting on numbers. Tomorrow we're going to bring
traveling back, and I know you won 3-0, but Villa won
3-0. Villa Potts, man. I'm telling you, before you come in, D. Yeah, I don't want to discredit your team because you were good today, very good. The goals were good as well, yeah. But I'm telling you, Potts, these Villa players right now, it's like they can't even be bothered. It's like they just want to go home and eat some soup, yeah, and enjoy their millions, bro. That's what it looks like to me. A lot of when they conceded the third goal, they're not even getting mad. One guy just did this. One of the midfielders just like this, and he just walked. And I'm like,
what's happening in Villa? What's happening in Villa, man? Like real talk. Like.
I don't know what's going on there, bro. But go on, D. Go on. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. It's.
Apparently, one of the goals was unreal. Was it the second goal? Was it Sar's goal? Was it?
No, Gay squad.
Yeah.
I think defensively we've been very good this season. 2 clean sheets out of the last 3 games. That's the reason why we
don't want to lose Gehi then, mate. You don't want to lose Gehi.
And yeah, exactly. And that's the reason why we don't want to lose him until we bring in a replacement, because that'll be the dumbest thing ever. But Glazer's come out today and said it as well. He said that there's no deal in place right now between Liverpool and Palace. He's saying that we can't sell Gehi until we get a replacement. The ball's in our court. If we don't get a replacement, then he stays at the football club. And he also came out and said that Gay is happy to stay at the football club for another season. And you know,
what's he gonna say though? What's he gonna say?
Gay is happy. Gay literally came out today and played today and scored a goal. He is happy. Eze was happy. Eze still came out, played against Chelsea. And
Eze left. He said he was happy, but he left Eze. So
yeah, Eze left because Crystal Palace made that decision. Otherwise, you wouldn't have got Eze. Crystal Palace.
His contract expires next year, Don. D.
Yeah, I know. And
so you can go for nothing next year. Cash in now.
Well, if we get for £35 million, a percentage of that goes to Chelsea, and if we keep Gehi, if we go up the Premier League table in comparison to 12th last year, then we can cover that 10 to £15 million as well. So I think Gehi plays a big part to that. I think we can have a very good season if we keep Mark Gehi. And I think Gehi, as I said all along, he's happy with staying at Palace. He's not against it. He can join Liverpool as well.
Liverpool though, man.
Because it makes a lot of sense for Gehi to stay at Palace. He stays at Palace, leaves next year.
I hope he stays. I
think if he leave, unless I don't know who's going to come in. It's up to Palace to sanction the sale. And if that was the case, Gay would have not played tonight, and he would have gone, like, because the bid came in before the game. It came in yesterday, but it's up to Palace. That's it. Like, it was up to Palace to sell Eze. We sold Eze.
Who else have you got at the back, D? You've got obviously.
We got no one. You got
Lacroix, you got Richards. Who else?
And we play back 3. That's it.
Well, they're the only 2
centre-backs.
We got no one else. Chadi Riyad is out injured.
No, but I'm saying you're not linked to any centre-backs in case.
No, we're linked to one centre-back. He's going to come in. He's completed his medical today, JD Canvert, but he's 19 years old.
Who the hell is that? JD. I thought that's trainers, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna see anyways. We're gonna see for him, but he's
Wait, hold on, let me search this. What's his name?
JD Canvot, so Canvot. So he's coming in, but we need another centre back anyways because we're low on numbers. And then apart from that, we haven't been linked with any other centre backs like serious.
Don't get me wrong, bruv. I hope he stays at Palace, and I hope Isak stays at Newcastle. But I just think Liverpool is they're just going to get them both, I think, and then they're going to win the league. Let's be real.
Yeah, man.
It's up to us. Glazer said he doesn't want to get rid of him. So I mean, you see Parish playing a risky game if he ends up selling him. But yeah, Glazer came out today as well. He said that we have an agreement about selling Gahey if we find the right, if we get the right replacement in. And he said it before the Villa game that he thinks it's too late to get replacement. So it's looking difficult, and I think Gahey is happy staying at Palace as well. It's not the end of the world. If he ends up staying.
What do you think this season, Indy? Like Gahey aside, do you actually think you could go for Europe?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. When's the last time we lost a game?
No, I'm not saying you're deluded for thinking that.
And during that period, we faced Tottenham, we faced Arsenal, we faced Liverpool, we faced Man City.
I'm saying this what I'm saying. When Lewis is saying, "Oh, it is a bad result," I hear it. Yes, in general,
we're back in April. We're 14 games unbeaten. We kept another clean sheet, and Gahey is a huge span of that. I think we can go far this year. I'm not even getting gas over the Villa result.
I put Palace in the top, but that's for the window shut.
I respect what you're doing. That's why I said to Lawless, in the context of Palace today, it's not a bad result because they're going to make a lot of big teams drop points. That's the point I was making.
It is a bad result because you can't be dropping points at home to Palace when you're chasing a title. Liverpool would be pissed. Arsenal would be pissed.
I've seen teams win. I've seen teams drop points against them and still win the league.
Okay, but you still don't want to be doing that. Like when Liverpool were dropping points.
No, I never want to lose. I never want to lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you can't just go, but it's against Palace, so it's okay. Like they're a good team.
I agree. I
never said that.
If your players have that mentality, you ain't winning shit, Don. That's a
I never said that. I never said that.
I can't lie.
The other day, how we played the other day, yeah, it was not a good performance, and we could have still won that game. But I have to give props to Palace because they defended well, right? And we weren't even our best. But if you remember last season, when we played them last season, Lawless, yeah, when we drew that game, I was fuming even more because we had so many chances, but we just weren't burying it. So like, I get your point. I agree. Yes, we should be beating Palace at home. I'm just saying we didn't play well, and we still managed to not lose that game. That's the point. If you're not going to play that well, just at least get a point in it. Make sure that you don't lose that game.
Look at Lawless, man. He's out of the relegation zone now after one win, giving it biggins. Like last week, he didn't have nothing to say, and this week after thank you for beating Forest, by the way. I want them to get relegated. I've said that many times on public record. I've said on TalkSport and everywhere. I'm happy about that. But congrats on all this, man. Look at you, man. You got a smile on your face. I've been watching that West Ham fan TV. I've been watching all this live, and every time I tune in, it's always like doom and gloom. Like, what on earth is going on? What is Sullivan doing? So it's good that you have days like this, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy what's the loss. I didn't watch the game. How was it?
Listen, I'll just quickly tell you, new midfielder, Fernandes makes a difference. Better players in, change the formation, back four. Somerville back, like I told you, he's coming back and he's making a difference. So, yeah, things are changing. So don't expect to be dunking on me all season. We get a few more players in, we're good.
Yeah, we got you in a few weeks' time. We'll see about that, buddy.
You're going to play us at the wrong time, matey. You're going to play us at the wrong time.
Oh, by the way, just quickly, Jeremy Pino, he came on today, and all I have to say is, I don't know who Lawless is fighting. Is he fighting a fly or something in his room? But let it all work out, man. Let it all work out. Let it all work out. As you lot like with Eze.
We were linked with Jeremy Pino about 4 years ago at Villarreal. And he looks a good player, doesn't he? Yeah.
Bro,
what position is he? What
is Lawless doing here, man? What is going on?
I don't know what
man's trying to do a spell, trying to do a spell.
They're a spider or something.
Fucking spider.
That's holy water. Hey, you got a demon in your yard. That's holy water, man.
Fucking get rid of this spider.
What's that?
He hates spiders as well, man. Lawless can't stand spiders. He hates.
I need a bit.
Sullivan has moved into a spider.
Okay. But no, Jeremy Pino came on today, and I have to say, like in a short cameo, wow, like genuine, wow.
What position is he? He's
going to play as a left end as a replacement.
Europino. Who are these guys, bruv?
But we talking about Yerry Pino. He literally beat Man United in the Europa League final.
Yeah, he's Villarreal winger,
man.
man. He looks all right.
22 years
Villarreal
old.
winger. We were linked with him about 4 years ago. He looks like
Yeah.
Been linked
I
with a lot.
I probably just didn't pay attention to him. I'll look up for him.
Yeah, he's that Sar's gone under the radar as well, man. He's a good player.
Sar loves to go against Villa. It's ridiculous at this point. I would hate to be a Villa fan and see Sar on the pitch because
Villa are looking up. Billy's going to get cooked tomorrow night, man. Because honestly, like they are.
It's like 19-2 on aggregate now against Villas. I think since
It's got 0 goals. It's got 0 goals all season.
No. But I'm talking about since Glasgow joined. I think we've got like 5 wins against Emery and 1 draw. We haven't lost against them, and we beat them 3-0 in the semi-final. Beat them 3-0 today. Beat them 5-1 at home last season or something like that. Emery, this guy's fighting a spider.
Hey, you're a better man than me because you done it the respectful way, bro.
Yeah,
that spider would have been gone.
Yo, D, just quickly, D. Yeah, what? How many of the teams on this panel are going to finish above Palace? Do you think?
That's a very good question. I think a lot. I think we're definitely West Ham. We count West Ham.
Yeah, everyone on the panel. West Ham, Spurs, Tottenham, Arsenal. Sorry, West Ham, Spurs, Chelsea.
That's a very good question. I guess you lot will, apart from West Ham, but I don't know, man. I don't know what the season is.
Sure, you accept me and Donald will finish above you, right? But not sure about Deadly and Lawless.
I'm 100% sure about Lawless. I'm not even thinking. I'm not even thinking about Lawless. I'm just saying, like, exclude him. Exclude West Ham out of this list.
Pray. Hope and pray, my friend. Hope and pray. I don't.
He's arguing with Wolves and them lot there. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Let the season continue. Let's see who we bring in tomorrow. Tomorrow's a massive day for the football club and for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree. I think you need to do something. James has got a super chat. He says, D, I love you, mate. We need to be pushing into Europe, the both of us. He's a Everton fan. Take care of my boy Richards. He's quality. We need him to be balling for 2026. What nationality is Richards?
American.
There we go.
He looks like an American dude, man.
Big up to you, James.
He's very good in the air. He's very good in the air. He's
a tall brother. How tall is he?
I don't even know how tall he is, but he's just very good in the air. Like he gets every ball. But,
you know, it is where I sit at the bridge, I'm like right behind the goal, innit, on top of it, so I can see him and Lacroix, bro. They're physical guys, bro.
Yeah, Watkins got bullied today. Like
Lacroix, man, that Lacroix is so good, man.
Bro, at the time, remember you were debating me last season when I was saying I'm happy that Anderson's gone. I was happy that Anderson was gone for £30 million. That's a great bit of business.
Fair play, man. He's been dodgy at Fulham as well, bro. I can't even lie. But
Thank you. Oh my days, I've actually had this debate, and people have said that he hasn't, like, he's been good. He's still better than some people. I think it was Monts who said that he's better than Gahey and stuff. I don't know.
What? Man, Emilio. Yeah, Emilio. You know Emilio. He's not a fan at all. Emilio said, he ain't been good.
Anderson has those moments though. That's why we sold him, because he doesn't see a back three. But apparently, I was moving salty because I was happy that we saw that Anderson.
Oh, D. Jen Jacobs has said, but Gay has informed Palace he wants to leave.
Oh,
no, he hasn't. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Is it the same Ben Jacobs that's been spouting rubbish all season?
He's happy
about Palace.
Ben Jacobs been good this summer, man. He's been good. He's been on it.
Where's Ben Jacobs even said that? Let me see.
I know. Let's see. I'm gonna see. We got a rap, man.
There is literally nothing from Ben Jacobs that says that Gahey wants to leave. No. By the way, no source out there has literally said Gahey wants to leave. Gay's open to a move. He's agreed personal terms, but he hasn't transfer requested or anything like that. There hasn't been nothing.
I'm on his thing and he's denial. I'm in his thing and there's nothing about Ben Jacobs.
Yeah, there's nothing about that.
It doesn't necessarily mean he said it on Twitter. He maybe not posted
it. It might have been on YouTube or something. Yeah. We've got to wrap up, man, because we've been on too long. But we're going to send you over to Lee Gunner. He's at the moment ranting with a lot of Arsenal fans about Arsenal, so that'll be fun. So go and have some fun over there. Make sure you'll do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you're following Lawless Live. Make sure you're following West Ham Fan TV. Make sure you're following Back of the Nest and D Palace, and make sure you're following Don CFC on YouTube. Big up to Deji Spurs as well every single time. And big up for you for coming on, D, because I know tonight's been a mad one for you. So I really appreciate that, mate. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, people, for Race for Europe, where there's going to be a few of us getting cooked, man. I can't even lie. Billy's going to get cooked. LB's going to get... Don, midday live tomorrow.
Midday live, bro. Yeah.
No, but
My phone's I've been missing the news because I've been on the show. My phone's going crazy right now. You know what I mean?
Honestly.
But midday live tomorrow, LB is getting cooked, bro. Because that guy, yeah, the way he talks, I'm telling you, bro, he's getting it tomorrow, bro. Big pause on that as well, bro.
Facts, man. Yeah, so make sure you're following all these guys, man. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you're going over to OK Jerseys and showing them some love. £15 for a shirt. Go get your favorite shirt for your club or your country. And we will see you on the next one. Go show Lee Gunner some love. Go say Dan Potts raid. And I'll see you tomorrow. Latest, people.